Most EPC companies don't fail because they lack talent. One of the causes is they fail because their teams are busy but not aligned. And you know the biggest reason? Because no one is really sure which processes actually run the company. In today's episode, I'll show you a simple way to identify and classify every EPC process. So your organization finally runs like one team. Welcome back to EPC Sadhana and welcome to episode 4 of series 1. Today, let us understand how to identify and classify EPC processes. When I began my career, I thought EPC was all about engineering expertise and execution muscle. But later, I realized the truth. In one of large EPC project, there were 20 plus teams like engineering, procurement, finance, planning, stores, HR, admin, design, subcontracting, etc. Each team was working hard, but in silos. One day, during a review meeting, the COO asked a simple question: which process is causing this delay in the project? Nobody had an answer because nobody knew the process map of the company. That day I realized if you can't name your processes, you can't improve your performance. By the end of this episode, you will get a clarity on how helpful the process classification is. First, let us understand in brief why classification matters. It gives absolute clarity on what really drives the business. Leaders understand where to focus for performance and what to measure and what to strengthen. It separates what enables value from what creates value. These don't build the project directly, but they enable the core to perform. And it establishes clear accountability across functions. This prevents blame, overlap, and confusion. And more importantly, prevent the biggest EPC problem: who is responsible for what. It also helps design the right governance and review system. And finally, it helps leadership focus energy where it matters most. So let's decode how to identify and classify your EPC processes. Now we understood classification is important. Now let us understand how to identify processes first, and then we will see how to classify them. This I am covering only for the knowledge purpose. Even if you are not the one who is responsible to write the processes, this knowledge would definitely help in getting an overall view of company level processes. Let us see how to identify EPC processes by following few steps. Step 1 is start from outcomes, not departments. You can ask like what outcomes must we deliver? Examples: win projects, mobilize sites, deliver engineering, procure and deliver material. So these are all outcomes, not the departments. So all of them become a process family. Step 2: list activities that repeat and create value. Few examples in EPC could be like tender review to bid clarification to costing and then submission. So this is a repeatable process or repeatable activities. Material requisition, vendor selection, PO, delivery and GRN. This is another list of activities that repeat and create value. Another example could be RA bill, quantity reconciliation and then certification. Step 3. Look at interfaces. Processes exist where the handovers happen, like engineering to procurement, procurement to stores, then stores to execution, execution to billing. So anywhere confusion happens, a process exists. Step 4 is Identify pain points, that is delays, cost overruns and NCRs. Whenever the projects keep breaking, there is a process waiting to be documented. Hope you understood this, of course at a very high level. We can classify all the EPC processes into three major types or categories. Those are core processes, support processes and management processes. And most importantly, integration of these three types of processes that ensures cohesion across all processes. So let's understand core processes. These are the processes that directly deliver the EPC contract, and these processes directly impact cost, time and quality. So where one shall focus to ensure on time within the budget delivery of the projects. We can say core processes are like heart to the company. While classification can be based on the steps that we discussed some time back, it might vary from organization to organization how they classify their processes. One of the methods we will discuss here is for understanding purpose. Like typical core processes could be business development, estimation and bid management, engineering, procurement, construction, billing and client coordination, testing and commissioning, project closeout and handover. Support processes. So let's understand what it is. Support functions don't deliver the project, but without them, project collapses. These processes provide the backbone like people, money, material, tools, and compliance. Crucial focus is needed here as timely support is the key for on time and within the cost delivery. And typical support processes could be HR, training and competency, finance and accounts, supply chain and logistics, legal, admin, stores, plant and machinery, ERP and IT, insurance and claims, and document control. So let's understand the third category, management process. These processes ensure alignment, decisions, and strategic control. These processes keep the company predictable and future ready. For predictable and repeatable delivery of the projects and for long-term success. Typical management processes would be vision, strategy and business planning, organization structure and governance, risk management and mitigation, IMS, that is quality, safety and environment put together, performance management, internal audits, review system, digitalization, innovation and continuous improvement. So in a nutshell, a simple way to classify is core processes means what we deliver. Support processes are what helps us deliver. And management processes what guides delivery. You can visualize your EPC company like this. Core process like win the project, plan the project, engineer, procure, build, bill and commissioning and handover. Whereas like support processes could be HR, finance, admin, IT, SEM, stores, plant and machinery. Management processes, governance, risk, IMS, audits, reviews, digitization, strategy. Once you classify, every function gets clarity on what they own, what they support, what they must report, how they integrate with others. This is the first step to building a process framework. So that's the foundation of identifying and classifying processes in an EPC organization. If you don't classify, you can't improve. So in the last few episodes, we have covered components of your robust process framework, and in this episode, we have covered how to identify and classify processes. In the next episode, we will go deeper into each category and show how to create an EPC process framework that is practical, simple, and used by everyone. If you start finding these episodes relevant and useful and wants to continue your sadhana of excellence, join me. This is our journey from firefighting to excellence. Stay tuned to EPC Sadhana with GK. See you soon in next episode of Series 1.